Who, me? Yeah, one time, yeah. On 51st Street. Largewood.
Yeah, I'm on 57th and Spruce.
That's Spruce?
I probably seen your face around there.
Yeah.
Said.
Yeah.
He would do the Civil Air Patrol.
These guys are different, isn't they?
Come on back, girl.
Hi, good morning, good morning.
How you doing?
Hey.
Which side going there?
Oh yeah, I gotta see.
Welcome you and thank you for coming this morning and participating in the Lansdowne Memorial Day service. As usual, we've made up a Memorial Day program. You'll raise your hand if you didn't get a copy, and we'll send a few up to you. And in the front cover of the program, just inside, you'll notice that this year's Memorial Day program and parade are again co-sponsored by the Lansdowne American Legion Post 65 and the Lansdowne Business and Professional Association. On page 2, you will find a list of the events for this morning. You'll also find references to the many local businesses and individuals that have given donations towards today's activities. Of particular interest, if you return to the very center, you'll note there are personal memorials to personal servicemen and women placed in the program by Lansdowne residents. Earlier this Memorial Day weekend, Lansdowne Scouts and members of Post 65 placed flags at the graves of veterans at our local cemeteries. We want to thank the Scouts for taking the time to place these flags and thereby honor the service of these veterans. Today's observances began at Veterans Park across the street from the historic Lansdowne Theater. In Veterans Park, there is a monument to all veterans. The memorial wreath was placed at this monument this morning by members of American Legion Post 65 and Alton Post 1000. I thought it would be meaningful to read the inscription on the monument in Veterans Park. It reads, "In honor of all veterans of Lansdowne Borough. Those who have served in peace, we are thankful for your ready watch and perseverance. Those who have seen battle, we know there are no unwounded soldiers. Those who have given their lives that others might live theirs freely, we are eternally grateful." Dedicated by the people of Lansdowne, November 11, 1987. Now, we are gathered as a community at the Lansdowne World War II Monument here at Stewart's Field for the Lansdowne Memorial Day observance. Our theme this year for the Memorial Day observance is Lansdowne remembers Black Americans, their service and sacrifice. And our Memorial Day speaker is Lansdowne resident and reenactor Antoine Randolph Watts. The members of Lansdowne Post 65 and all veterans Lansdowne World War II monument to honor the men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice to help preserve the freedoms of this great nation. I would like to ask you to please stand.
Let us pray. Almighty God, giver of all victories, we thank thee for the opportunities which abide in our land, for thy guidance in the hour of peril, and thy tender love in times of need. Help us to remember with reverence the valor and devotion of our departed comrades, not only those whose bodies consecrate our country's soil, but also those who sleep beyond the seas, and others whose resting places will not be known until that last day when the deep will have given up its dead. O God, teach us to honor them by ever cherishing the ideals for which they fought. Keep us steadfast in the cause of human rights and liberties, of law and order, and true Americanism. Give us the power to see and the will to do right. Grant that we earn in righteousness, humble of heart, and unselfish in purpose. Amen.
Amen.
Please remain or at the end of the field. Today's flag ceremony will be performed by Boy Scout Group 63. It is the custom of our nation on Memorial Day to raise the American flag to the top of the flagpole and slowly lower the flag to half staff. Flying the American flag at half staff is a national symbol of mourning. Troop 63, raise the colors. The singing of the national anthem. It's appropriate during the reciting of the Pledge of Allegiance and the singing of the national anthem to face the American flag and place one's hand over their heart. The Pledge of Allegiance to be led by Kristen, the voice of the Daughters of the American Revolution, followed by the singing of the national anthem by Francesca Mary.
Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming,
5 and the LVPA for putting on this special event today. As mayor, it's an honor to be here to represent the borough. I'd like to thank all you for coming out again to remember and honor all the brave men and women who have served, who have served and are serving in the armed forces for our country. A very special thank you and remembrance for all the courageous men and women of the military who gave the ultimate sacrifice in defending our country so we can live in freedom and be secure. Also, today, as a special tribute, they are honoring all the men and women of the military of color and all the sacrifices and service that they have given through the years and are still doing. It's a very poignant and appropriate honor to all them veterans. And thank you. I just want to say that, you know, it's not just today we should thank our veterans. It should be all year for what they do, and we should be there for them when they need our help and assistance. So I would like to thank the Veterans Department to being here today to offer that information. So again, when you see a veteran, say thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the holiday today. One other thing I was asked to remind you of is the ceremony for Flag Day, which is Thursday, June 14th, 7 o'clock at Borough Green. That's an appropriate event to tie in with this, where we honor the flag and what it stands for, just like we honor all of our soldiers and veterans who serve and defend this country. So thank you. Enjoy your holiday.
Member Rick Sweeney will give a brief history of our post and how we came to have this name.
Actually, I'm Richard Smalley. Mostly, I say bore you, but the fact of the program here is the history of our post. I'm named after one of the men on here, Lansdowne. He was killed in World War I. There was an attack on a German post. It was totally coordinated. The Germans had got wiped out. And everybody said this to everybody else. But he was a great guy. History books say that when word reached Lansdowne that he passed away or was killed, he said a gloom came over Lansdowne because he's such a wonderful person, honored, and the whole family loved him. So we're proud to have his name on our post, and we want to thank everybody for coming out today. One of these days we're going to get bright sunshine like the July 4th again. But cloudy means despair and maybe sadness, and pretty appropriate that we honor those people here today, and we want to thank everybody for coming out, and we really appreciate your support. Thank you.
It's also our tradition to have the reading of the Flanders Field, and our, again, Lansdowne resident, World War I reenactor Ryan Gurley will read Flanders Field.
Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you to the American Legion Post for inviting us. It's a great honor. Before I read in Flanders Field, I'd like to draw your attention to the flag. It's called a Sun and Service flag, and it was created for the men of St. John's Episcopal Church, located on Baltimore Avenue. When the church closed, some of the parishioners were thoughtful enough to save this flag, as well as the World War II Sun and Service flag that was also created. So each blue star represents one of the men or women who was serving in the armed forces overseas in France. The gold stars represent the 3 men who were killed in action, all from Lansdowne, who were members of St. John's. Those men's names were Edmund Garrison Cook, Emile Augustus Demling, and Rupert Cyril Spencer. And I thought that it would be appropriate to speak briefly about Mr. Cook for a moment. Mr. Cook enlisted November 9th, 1914, just a few months after war was declared in Europe, in the English Army. He couldn't wait for America to go over. He was a member of the 4th Battalion of the British Grenadier Guards, and he was one of Kirchner's first 1,000 men, and he was from Lansdowne. He fell wounded after 3 years in service as he was going over the top on the morning of August 1st, 1917. He was taken to the casualty station number 61 in Flanders, where he died on August 10th. At the station, he was cared for by Base Hospital Corps number 10 from Philadelphia, presided over by a surgeon who he knew from home, an officer in the American Red Cross. Mr. Cook was a great favorite with men in his regiment. As he fell, his comrades wanted to take him to a place of safety, but he refused, saying, "Carry on, you fellows, never mind me." These very words have been taken as the watchword for the Pennsylvania Military College, where he had been a pupil. Mr. Cook went to Lansdowne High School. and at Pennsylvania Military College, later Widener University, they named their summer camp for him. The commander of his regiment wrote to his family, commending him for his coolness, bravery, and courage. And no doubt his mother sewed that gold star in the center of the flag. In 1915, a British soldier named John McCrae penned the poem in Flanders Field. In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row. That marks our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, 4 days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw, the torch be yours to hold it high. If ye break with us to die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
Thank you, Ryan. Since the writing of the poem, Flanders Field, the poppy has become an emblem which reminds us of our fallen warriors. Today we want to continue a tradition of making poppies available following the wreath laying here at the World War I Monument. We would like to see each person here today leave with a poppy and wear that poppy throughout the day to honor our war dead. In remembrance of the men listed on this monument, Post Commander Larry Smalley will place the memorial wreath, followed by a rifle salute and the flame of attack.
Attention. Shoulders. Arms. By the left wheel. March. Halt. Ready. Aim. Fire. Shoulder. Up. Right about. Face. Freeze it. Up.
This concludes this year's Lansdowne Memorial Day of Service. I would like to thank 3rd U.S. Polish Infantry Regiment, Penn High School Band, Borough of Lansdowne, Mayor Campuzano,
Association, the Lansdowne Business Defensive Association, the Boy Scouts of everyone here. Thank you for taking the time to come and remember the sacrifice of so many over the years to serve this great nation. Before we leave, please take a copy. I'll be here at the base of the monument. I'd like to see each person here today leave a little copy. Wear that copy.